LeBron, by the way, in 18.9.
Oh my gosh.
Just too much of that action. And all God's people said,
Amen, brother. High school 3-on-2 brick. Amen, brother.
119-96 is your final. Lakers, for the first time this season, have lost 3.
Feel heavier. There was no fight, no urgency, no defensive pride. From the opening quarter, it looked like a team that already knew how the night would end. That is what scared fans and analysts the most, not the score, but the body language. LeBron James finished with 18 points in a game that was never close. On paper, that might not look terrible, but context matters. This was a 21-point loss where the Lakers needed leadership, energy, and accountability. Instead, the team looked flat. LeBron, the emotional and vocal leader of this roster, did not lift the group.
What did you see overall in the game, kind of starting in that first quarter on the glass and the turnovers and how that prevailed through it?
Yeah, the two words of the day were effort and execution. And, I feel like when we've done both of those things at a high level, we've been a good basketball team. When we haven't, we're a terrible basketball team. And tonight we were a terrible basketball team. And that started legitimately right away.
The Rockets ran simple 3-on-2 fast breaks that looked like drills you see in high school gyms. No communication, no sprinting back, no resistance at the rim. When a young, still developing team like Houston walks into your building and plays with more hunger, that is an indictment on effort and identity. The Lakers are supposed to be chasing championships. Instead, they look like a team just trying to survive the regular season. The most alarming part is that this is not new. The Lakers started the season 19-7, and people acted like everything was fine. But even then, the warning signs were there. Their point differential barely sat above 0. Analysts quietly called their record fraudulent, and now that label feels accurate. They slid to 19-10, and suddenly the wins don't look
Oh, they got to do something.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not in a. I mean, they pretty on paper, but they can't guard anybody. You cannot play in the NBA today if you're not athletic. You cannot. I mean, especially big guys are irrelevant anymore. The game is led by perimeter players. And if you don't have athletic ability on the perimeter, you're going to struggle in the NBA. That's just the truth of it.
I think if they want to be a better team, they need to form some type of identity. I don't know which team I'm looking at sometimes. Sometimes they play fabulous basketball, even on the defensive end. And tonight, it looked like it was, lackluster effort.
I know it's traditional, but I think the Lakers need to play some zone until they figure out. Play some zone. Well, when you play zone, that's throwing up the white flag, red flag.
That sounds good, but their defensive rating with that same lineup is 24th. That gap explains the entire season. They can score, but they cannot stop anyone. In today's NBA, that is a death sentence. The league is built around athletic wings, fast guards, and constant movement. If you cannot guard on the perimeter, you will get exposed, no matter how good your offense is. The Rockets exposed that weakness brutally. Amen Thompson blew past defenders. Alperen Sengun controlled the paint. The Lakers had no answer. And when analysts start joking about switching to a zone defense, that is not a strategy suggestion. That is an admission of failure. As one analyst said, playing zone is waving the white flag. It means you cannot guard anyone one-on-one. Championship teams don't hide. They impose their will. This brings the conversation back to LeBron's role. He is not the problem, but he is part of the problem. At 40 years old, he cannot be the engine of a championship team anymore. He can still score, he can still make brilliant plays, but he cannot bring elite two-way effort for 35 minutes a night across an entire season. Father Time is undefeated. That is not hate, that is reality. When your best player can no longer set the defensive tone, the entire team suffers. The Lakers have also trapped themselves by prioritizing stories over structure. Drafting and signing Bronny James was a historic and emotional moment, but it was not a basketball decision. Bronny is not ready for NBA minutes, and everyone knows it. The move was about headlines, legacy, and branding. That mindset has defined the Lakers for years now. They chase moments instead of building a sustainable foundation, and that approach is catching up to them. J.J. Redick is another part of this complicated situation. Handing a first-year head coach a roster led by LeBron James is an impossible job. When things go wrong, who is really in charge? Is Redick calling the shots, or is LeBron still influencing decisions behind the scenes? LeBron's influence has always extended beyond the court. That worked when he was still dominant. Now it creates confusion. Players don't know whose voice matters most, and confusion kills accountability. The defensive issues are not just tactical, they are mental. Avery Johnson shared that people inside the Lakers
Imagine unfollowing me on Twitter, but you still got to wake up and watch me on TV every day because I ain't going nowhere anytime soon. That's number one. Number two, I think LeBron James got sensitive over the last couple weeks because I've been calling him out or have to speak on certain things that he may disagree with, like the firing of Darvin Ham or the coaching search for the Lakers, or even having to touch on the Bronny James situation when it comes down to dealing with the draft. At the end of the day, everyone on this television, including USA, because you and I over the last 3 years, and Molly, you could contest to this, we have been going back and forth, and name me somebody, probably other than Shannon, that has been coming on here lobbying and defending for LeBron James like I have been on the basketball side of things.
That's totally true.
And a few times that I disagree with you, you get in your feelings, and you don't pick up the phone and hit me up or send me a
is impossible. LeBron has no reason to rush retirement. He is living comfortably in Los Angeles, playing with his son, chasing records, and making max money. From his perspective, everything is fine. But what is best for LeBron is no longer what is best for the Lakers. Those paths have split, and the front office is too afraid to admit it. The honest solution is uncomfortable. The Lakers need to have a real conversation with LeBron about the future. No PR talk, no emotional speeches, just reality. Maybe that means trading him to a contender where he can chase one last ring as a secondary piece. Maybe it means transitioning into an off-court role. Maybe it means finishing his career elsewhere. Whatever the answer is, dragging this situation out helps no one. The Lakers are a franchise built on championships, not nostalgia. One bubble title in 6 years is not the standard in Los Angeles. Dynasties are the standard. Right now, the Lakers are clinging to the past instead of planning for the future. Their Christmas Day records, LeBron's milestones, and historic moments are all backward-looking. They celebrate what was, not what can be. Everyone knows how this season likely ends. The Lakers will convince themselves that a mid-season trade can fix everything. They will talk about health, chemistry, and urgency. Then the playoffs will come and they will flame out early. And next year, they will be right back here, trying to build around a 41-year-old LeBron.
Shaq and Barkley are not being brutal for clicks. They are saying what many people are thinking but are afraid to say. This era has run its course, not because LeBron failed, but because time has passed. The league has changed, the Lakers have not, and until they accept that truth, nothing will change. The hardest truth for Lakers fans to accept is that this situation did not collapse overnight. It has been slowly building for years. Every season followed the same pattern. Big expectations, flashy headlines, early optimism, then reality hits once the league settles in. Injuries pile up, defensive flaws get exposed, and suddenly the Lakers are fighting just to stay relevant instead of dominating. The Rockets game was not an exception, it was confirmation. When Shaq talks about identity, he is talking about something deeper than X's and O's. Championship teams know who they are, they know what they do well, and they lean into it every night. The Lakers don't have that. Some nights they try to run, other nights they slow it down. Sometimes they switch everything, other times they collapse into the paint. There is no consistent mindset. That usually happens when a roster is built around a superstar whose strengths no longer match the demands of the modern game. LeBron's greatness has always forced teams to adjust around him. In his prime, that was a good thing. You built everything to maximize his power, his vision, his strength. But the NBA has shifted. Speed, length, and constant pressure define winning teams now. Younger squads play fast, rotate hard, and attack relentlessly. The Lakers simply cannot keep up with that pace for 4 quarters, especially on defense. When they try, they burn out. When they don't, they get embarrassed. Shaq also pointed out something important about athleticism. In today's NBA, if you don't have quick, explosive perimeter defenders, you are cooked. The Lakers don't have enough of them. They have smart players, skilled players, and experienced players. But experience does not close driving lanes. Experience does not chase down fast breaks. Experience does not magically turn into foot speed. That is why teams like the Houston, Oklahoma City, and Minnesota look fearless against the Lakers. They know they can outrun them. This is where the Luka factor complicates things even more. Offensively, Luka brings creativity and scoring, but pairing him with LeBron creates defensive problems. Both need the ball, both conserve energy on defense, both are best when they control the pace. Against younger teams, that becomes a liability. You can see it in transition. Missed shots turn into instant buckets the other way. The Lakers are constantly playing catch-up. Austin Reeves has been one of the few bright spots, but even that comes with risk. His calf strain is concerning, and everyone around the league knows how those injuries can escalate. Losing Reeves for extended time would completely cripple the offense, and that highlights another issue. The Lakers have no margin for error. One injury, one bad stretch, and everything falls apart. Real contenders can absorb losses. The Lakers cannot. The front office keeps trying to patch holes instead of fixing the foundation. One year it's a new coach, the next year it's defensive specialists, then it's shooting, then it's toughness. But nothing sticks because the core issue remains untouched. You cannot build a long-term contender around a 40-year-old superstar and expect stability. Every decision becomes short-term. Every move is about now, not later. This is why Barkley's criticism hits so hard. He is not impressed by paper talent. He looks at effort, consistency, and dominance. He sees a Lakers team that looks good in highlights but folds under pressure. That is the worst kind of team to be. Fans get teased with potential, then punished with disappointment. It drains belief. Another uncomfortable reality is the psychological weight of LeBron's presence. Younger players feel pressure to defer. Coaches hesitate to challenge him publicly. Front offices walk on eggshells. That environment makes honest evaluation difficult. Excuses get made. Accountability gets blurred. Over time, standards drop. You can feel that drop when watching the Lakers play defense. There is no fear of consequences. When analysts say the Lakers' record is fraudulent, they are not saying the wins didn't happen. They are saying the wins don't reflect true strength. Close wins against weak opponents mask bigger flaws. Blowout losses against average teams reveal them. That is exactly what happened against Houston. The Rockets didn't play perfect basketball. The Lakers just didn't compete. LeBron's legacy is not in danger. Nothing that happens now can erase what he has done, but the Lakers' future is very much in danger. Every year they delay a rebuild is another year lost. Young talent development gets stalled, draft flexibility disappears, cap space tightens, and eventually the fall becomes steeper. There is also a cultural issue. The Lakers brand has leaned heavily on star power and image. That works when stars are dominant. It fails when they are aging. The league does not respect branding. It respects performance. Right now, the Lakers are living off reputation more than results. Opponents don't fear them. They attack them. When Shaq talks about big men becoming irrelevant, he is talking about mobility, not size. Bigs who cannot switch, run, and recover get hunted. The Lakers have struggled to adapt to that reality. They often look slow, especially late in games. Fatigue sets in, defensive rotations break down, open shots rain in. It becomes a cycle. At some point, someone in the organization has to choose honesty over comfort. That is the moment the Lakers have been avoiding. Ending the LeBron era does not mean disrespect. It means responsibility. Responsibility to the franchise, to the fans, and to the future. Great organizations know when to move on. Struggling ones hold on too long. If nothing changes, the ending is predictable. Early playoff exit, excuses about health, promises of adjustments, another offseason of speculation, another year older, another step slower. Meanwhile, the rest of the league keeps evolving. Shaq and Barkley are not enemies of the Lakers. They are warning signs. They have seen this movie before. They know how it ends. The only question left is whether the Lakers will act before the ending arrives or whether they will keep pretending that yesterday's greatness can still carry them tomorrow.